Hello and welcome to Xembly Bytesize. Xembly Bytesize brings you insights, lessons, and blog posts from Xembly.com for you to listen to when it fits your schedule. Xembly is the all-in-one AI automation assistant for high-performing teams. In today's episode, we explore how smart calendars are changing both the way we work and the future of how we manage our organizations. Let's get started. Whether it's in your professional or personal life, calendars shape the way we attack the day. For many white-collar professionals, the calendar defines what we do day to day, when we do it, and how. The calendar, more than any other workplace organization tool, is the spine of how things get done. The calendar has also evolved. With tools like Outlook and GSuite, professional shared calendars are part and parcel of the job. In fact, in almost every line of work, calendars are vital. When is the next delivery arriving? When do I need to buy more stock? What day do I need to be on site? But calendars are getting an overhaul. With the advent of AI, the way we think about calendars is starting to change. With this comes the emergence of the smart calendar. In this Xembly Bytesize episode, we look at what a smart calendar is and how it's changing the way we work and live. Let's start with the basics. A smart calendar achieves a much higher feature set than a normal one through the use of machine learning or artificial intelligence. It reduces the amount of manual effort you have to use to manage your time. It might also complete certain tasks for you without needing to consult you. Or a smart calendar might allow you to use the tool without having to interact with the normal interface, for example, through voice control or a message in another platform. But how does it differ from a regular calendar? Well, a regular one could mean a schedule on the fridge, a wall hanging, or a series of dated post-it notes on your desk. These classic approaches have been useful to help us stay organized and plan ahead for a very long time. Because they were effective, most digital recreations attempted to replicate offline versions in design, their form and function. A smart calendar, however, doesn't just replicate the offline ones we're all used to, it changes the way we interact with them. It's digital, yes, but it can do more. A digital calendar app tries to replicate an offline one online. Some are still simple and require you to manually update them and to navigate an interface which looks the same as you'd expect: boxes and dates. However, if you're using offerings from Apple, Google, or Outlook, you may find suggestions or notifications to add an event to your schedule based on the contents of an email. This type of feature is an example of smart functionality, taking information from another set of tools and repurposing it to improve the user experience. The ability to pass that information is what makes it smart. In this sense, a smart calendar is like a digital one with a human assistant. You can still access the digital one yourself as normal, but you do not need to manually update it in the same way as before. Smart options are closer to having an assistant or a secretary as an analogy for functionality. Once you have an assistant to manage your schedule, that assistant can be capable of doing other things. Suddenly, your smart assistant is more than a calendar, and it can achieve a wider variety of outcomes. At Xembly, we often talk about this evolution in a professional context as being more like a chief of staff. We use the analogy of a chief of staff because the smart assistants can be centrally synced, creating a central knowledge of what is happening across the company at any given moment in time. This feels a pay grade above a single person's secretary or assistant. And the evolution from calendar to chief of staff opens up a whole range of other possibilities, which we will explore. Now, we understand that smart calendars are an evolution of digital ones, but can we be more specific? What are the key features or functionalities which separate a smart one from a fairly clever digital scheduling app? Below, I'm providing 4 capabilities which are important to making something smart. I think a truly smart calendar achieves all 4 of these areas, though maybe it is possible to achieve 3 of these and still be smart. Personally, I think you need to achieve all 4. Number 1, automatic event scheduling. They should have the capability to automatically put events onto your schedule when they think it is right to do so. This doesn't mean that they always plan events for you without asking, but it does mean they can make recommendations or they can provide time slots to other people when you may be free or available for a meeting. This automatic event scheduling could be as simple as recognizing you have an email from your hairdresser, confirming the date and time of your next haircut. I receive these emails every time I book a haircut on my hairdresser's mobile application. My iPhone automatically asks me whether I want to add this appointment onto my iCal. This is the feature where our traditional apps have begun to appear smart. Yet this feature alone doesn't make for a smart assistant. Number 2, natural language processing. A truly smart calendar in a world of large language models is now able to process normal written or spoken language and convert that into instructions for itself to plan items or change items on a schedule. This is not entirely new. As any power users of Siri or Alexa will tell you, a basic version of this functionality has been available for the past few years. However, now with the advances in AI technology, we have reached a point where you can interact with your software on a much more conversational level. You can ask your schedule about existing engagements. You can tell it to move an event and instruct it to place something new in the space. The ability to do this naturally, as if talking to another person, is really what separates the smart calendar from a regular one. Another aspect of this might be the ability to provide these instructions in different ways. Some smart interfaces provide a text box in which you can chat with the AI to manage your day. Others may allow you to speak with your assistant, or, as we will come to later, you may be able to chat with your planner through other platforms like email or Slack. The ability for your calendar to understand what you are saying and reply to you with useful responses, as well as carry out your instructions, distinguishes the smart calendar from other variations. This is what makes it feel like having a human assistant. Number 3, context awareness. This one is a killer feature and dictates whether or not a smart helper achieves its goal of feeling like a real human assistant. Context awareness means that your calendar can understand and process multiple bits of information at once. For example, if you tell it you want to book a meeting at 2 p.m. on Tuesday, your assistant should let you know if you are already busy at 2 p.m. on Tuesday. This is the most simple version of context awareness. A slightly more complicated version of that could be for it to say you are busy at 2 p.m. on Tuesday, but you are available and free at 3 p.m. on Tuesday. Would you like to schedule it at 3 p.m.? A further iteration of that context awareness might be where your calendar tells you that you already have something booked at 2 p.m. on Tuesday, but the existing item at 2 p.m. is less important than this new item. So it recommends placing the new item at 2 p.m. and moving the old item to 3 p.m. when you are free. With each step of complexity as we iterate this context awareness, we begin to see the extra value the machine learning is adding. It also achieves the illusion of human-like intelligence by factoring in multiple variables and making suggestions based on those facts. A further level of context awareness would be to recommend actions taken outside of the calendar. You mark this task complete. Would you like me to update it for you in Jira? In this scenario, the AI is offering to act on your behalf outside the context of its own software. This is the next level where capabilities almost become too smart to still be called calendars. Number 4, integration with other apps. As we've just outlined, where smart calendars become really smart is the ability to integrate with the other platforms you already use. This value is taken even further in the context of a workplace because your colleagues are also on those platforms, which means the AI can trigger extensive workflows across your company. We have already mentioned the most basic versions of integration with other apps in the context of the connection between email and iCal, which is one of the first areas where calendars began to get smart. However, it isn't just email which can connect to your schedule. For a long time, calendar apps have been able to connect with other messaging and communication platforms like Slack or Microsoft Teams. Now, with AI technology, they can integrate into a wide range of different platforms and enable complex actions. The no-code and API movements of the late 2010s created a new web of business and personal software where each platform can integrate into many others, sometimes natively and sometimes via third-party apps like Zapier or Integromat, now known as Make. With AI capabilities building on this existing web of integrated products, you can now start from a central point and trigger a sea of actions across your entire tech stack. And smart calendars are beginning to place themselves as that central point your day revolves around and from which your AI can start actions. So now we come to the 5 advantages of using a smart calendar for work. Number 1, it's easier to maintain calendar discipline. If your day is entirely booked with meetings, then it's very easy to complete your day in accordance with your schedule. However, for many people not in management, their days are not entirely booked with meetings. In fact, their days have large open spaces. In those open spaces, they may use time boxing or time blocking to designate what activities they are going to do at which point in time. This is a time management system, and like any system, adherence is key. Using a smart calendar makes adherence to the system much easier. For example, Xena, the Xembly AI, messages me on Slack every morning to tell me what I have planned and ask me what I want to add to the day. This enables me to effectively time block every day and helps me adhere to my time management system. Xena has made it much easier, and this makes me more effective every day, with those marginal gains accumulating over time. Number 2, booking meetings with individuals or groups happens instantly. It's common now to receive or send a meeting link when you want to book a meeting with somebody within or outside your organization. While Xembly offers this functionality, you don't have to send links. If I want to book a meeting with Andrew, I tell Xena to book a meeting with Andrew at this time, that time, or when we're both free. Xena then handles that for me, and I don't have to look at a schedule or think about it again. This is even more impressive when trying to book with a large group of people. This is something traditional meeting links really struggle with, but Xena knows when everyone is free or when everyone is doing lower priority tasks and can propose meeting times as a result. Number 3, it automatically produces meeting notes when you are in a meeting. With Google Meet or Zoom, the AI can attend the meeting and record notes for everyone on the team. A truly smart AI can leave out sections like introductions that aren't useful and focus on the important takeaways. With Xembly, these notes the AI takes are available for everyone to review, edit, and contribute to at the end of the meeting. This allows for everyone to create shared truth in the meeting notes and have equal access to those meeting notes immediately at the end of the meetings. This also means everyone can pay proper attention and contribute to their fullest because no one is distracted by having to take notes. Number 4, it creates tasks and blocks time to complete them. This isn't an advantage of normal smart calendar technology. This is an advantage of using Xembly specifically. Xembly pulls action items from the meeting notes and suggests delegating them to individuals who would be good to complete those tasks. This shows the potential of smart systems and how easy it is to go from a calendar to an entire task management system for an organization. Xembly even blocks time on your schedule to complete the tasks you've been assigned, forming a full circle from calendar to meeting, to notes to tasks, and back to the calendar again. Number 5, smart calendars can integrate with your tech stack. We have already covered the ability for smart calendars to integrate with different platforms, but the level to which they can achieve this is impressive. Xembly, for example, can update information in Salesforce or HubSpot, as well as add information into Slack. You could even use tools like Zapier to make complicated multi-step workflows triggered by Xembly actions. The possibilities for integration are endless. Smart calendars really are going to change everything. Thanks for listening to Xembly Bytesize. For more Xembly audio content, you can check out our YouTube channel, the podcast app of your choice, or our resources page on our website. Sign up at Xembly.com and try Xembly out today.